So I may have done a thing. I may have completely added a whole nother hobby to my list of things that I create. um, I've done plushies and pixel art and sculptures and all that kind of stuff. So let's add crochet to the list. So story time, I guess. I have always wanted to learn how to crochet. I've been so interested in crochet and I'm just so intrigued by these fiber artists that I see online all the time making these really cute plushies. And I tried learning how to crochet like 5 years ago, and it was through one of those books with a kit in it. It's got all the supplies and everything, but it's mainly through a book. And they immediately abbreviate everything from the very beginning, and it was very hard to learn through the pictures, and I couldn't even get started. It went right over my head. I could not figure out how to even start crocheting. So I just kind of I either got rid of it or put it away somewhere and never touched a crochet needle in my life. And so I've been wanting to learn, and I keep seeing, these ads for this crochet kit and with the videos and stuff. And the thing was that were so expensive, and I didn't want to like splurge on that kind of thing. So I was very fortunate I was given a gift card just out of the blue. Um, and I'm like, I know exactly what I want to do with this. So I got a kit, and I didn't realize that learning how to crochet was going to end up being a goal for 2024, but sure enough, here it is. I made a thing, and he's so adorable. I did this. He's definitely not perfect. Um Definitely not. It's got holes and uh figuring out how all this works, but the fact that I made this little guy, I don't you might some of you might recognize it's from these infamous Woobles kid thing, and he's so cute. It was so easy after I looked at these videos and stuff and figured out how to do it and followed along. This little sucker took me like 7.5 hours. So apparently January 1st, man, learned how to crochet. I was so excited. Here's a little like flashback of when I first started, January 1st, and I had like built the circle.
Look at this. I made an orange. I made a ball. It has eyes. I made a squishy ball. I never thought I would be able to crochet in my life.
So now that I got him done, it has sparked this like I want to do all the things. Like I must make all the dragons. So I've been immediately researching like free crochet patterns, and I already have like a whole bunch of yarn. I used to make felt dolls with yarn, like hair, their hair was yarn. So I have all this yarn that I just had stored away, stashed away. I never got rid of it. So I'm like, I could do all the things now. And then the very next day, which was January 2nd, I made this little guy. Made a little mushroom. And now it's just like, it's never ending. I don't want to get too engrossed into it because I have a whole lot of other things I do need to focus on, so I'm trying to control myself. But then I'm looking online, and I'm just it was today, which is Thursday now, the 4th. I'm scrolling. I'm just doom scrolling through Facebook, and I see this. I've heard about these temperature things. I'm like, I never was interested in doing a temperature blanket. Those. I'm like, I don't need any. I don't need more blankets. But then I saw a video just scrolling through, and it was a temperature snake. And I'm like, well, that's easy. It's just like a tube. And I've learned the basics. I'm like, I could do that. I could do a big tube. You know, that's pretty easy. I know how to increase and decrease and all these other simple basic crochet terms. And so, but one of the comments on the temperature snake was like, "Oh, so you're gonna make one for the dragon because it's Year of the Dragon?" It's Listen, guys. It's Year of the Dragon. This is like my year. This is the year for the critical crafter. I'm all about the dragons. The dragons are my thing. So I'm like, now I'm immediately researching on my phone. I'm looking up like Asian dragons, and I'm I'm gonna experiment. My goal. I just started to learn like 2 days ago. I just learned how to crochet, and I'm already gonna try to make a temperature, basically a snake, but I'm gonna turn it into an Asian dragon. So a very long noodle dragon. My goal for 2024 now, not only learning crochet, but making a temperature gauge, like a temperature gauge Asian dragon. Kind of like a snake noodle. I told myself when I first started, I'm like, I have all this yarn stored away. And I probably have all those colors. But did I get those colors out and look at them? No. I told myself I don't need to buy yarn. I'm like, I have just become all these like these fiber artists have this very common problem. You have this whole stock of yarn and yet you buy more. Because I was doing my research, I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do a temperature dragon, I need to have these colors in like the same weight, same kind of yarn. All the yarn that I do have is a Mod Podge of collection of things that I've collected over the years. They're all certain types of brands and styles and textures and stuff. And I might have been too lazy to dig around that pile. So I may have just bought all the yarn that I need for this temperature dragon. I mean, it was on sale, so I mean, I got it for pretty cheap, I guess, even though it is like 10 different colors. Uh, so yeah, wish me luck. I need my friends to keep me accountable to make sure I'm actually doing this every month and like all the weeks. And though, good thing with the temperature thing, I can just keep track of the temperatures and just do like several rows on a day. So it's not like I don't have to do it every single day, but I do want to keep up with it so I don't get behind. Like, I don't want to go into February and still haven't started yet. So this, I got all the colors, I got everything I need. I even got like this new storage compartment thing so that my husband wouldn't get too mad at me for buying all these other materials that I probably didn't really need. Oh, help me. Look forward to that. I'm excited. I want to do all the things. I see all these plushies and I want to make all these plushies. It's crazy how this little guy has just not just sparked, but like totally combusted a whole nother hobby. And yet I have to control myself at the same time because I have like 6, 7 cons this year. And I gotta make all the other stuff that you guys enjoy. You know, you guys enjoy the other, like the plushies and the Pokemon and my clay sculptures, and I gotta do those at the same time. And we're in the process of like redecorating the house to where I can have a better crafting space. And it's becoming a mess, and I'm all for it. I can't wait. Crochet is definitely not going to be the main thing. I've told myself I didn't want to totally rely on these crochet things, because everybody is doing it. You know, when you go to craft fairs and cons and stuff, like everyone is crocheting, and it's like a high competition there. So I probably won't have a lot of like crochet plushies available this year. I want to get better at it. I need to learn more about things and do other patterns so they won't the things that I make won't be available to sell, at least currently. I might make a couple little things, like maybe these mushrooms are cute. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. I'll probably update at the end of every month for the dragons. So, here's to 2024!